gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Happy New Year. It's 2020 already, folks. Whew, where did the last year go, the last decade go? But you know what? We are in 2020, just like I have done for 4 straight years. We start off each and every year. First video on Robert Sports Show, Wrestle Kingdom. New Japan Pro Wrestling presents Wrestle Kingdom. This is Wrestle Kingdom 14, the annual January 4th show. This is the 29th time there's been a January 4th show at the Tokyo Dome. This is the 14th under Wrestle Kingdom. It is live on New Japan World. For the first time ever, it is live on Fight TV. For the first time ever, Wrestle Kingdom is now 2 days. January 4th and January 5th. Whew, a lot of firsts here. This show is going to be spectacular. 2 days, 20 matches, 10 title matches. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about this weekend. So in the United States, Saturday morning, January 4th, 2 a.m., Bad Boy goes live. On January 5th, Day 2 goes live at midnight, Central Standard Time. Whew, I don't know if I'm going to get up early on Saturday to watch. I'm still up in the air about it. I get off at 11 o'clock the night before. So I don't want to stay up all night, so I don't know what I'm doing yet. If I'm going to try to get off early and then do it that way, I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out yet. But you know, I'm definitely going to take it in on Monday, January 6th. I'll have the review up. So we're going to run down this card. Another first. The first time there's ever been a women's match at Wrestle Kingdom. We have the dark match we have from Stardom, which is recently purchased by New Japan Pro Wrestling. We have me and Japanese names. This could be intriguing. Iwatani and Arisa Hoshiki versus Hana, Kimura, and Glulia. Now, Iwatani, we've seen her in Ring of Honor, so I know a little bit about her. She's actually a pretty good wrestler. I'm going to give her team the win on that one. So, like I said, some of these I don't know a lot about. I'm just going to win, but watching over 1,000 New Japan Pro Wrestling matches in 2019. Got to know a lot of these guys. I've watched the Super Juniors tournament, the G1, the New Japan Cup. I've just watched it all this year. It's been amazing. So we're going to jump right in. So that was the first women's match ever in Wrestle Kingdom history. On the pre-show, we got an 8-man tag. We got the Great Bash Heel, which is Honma, Makabe, and they're teaming up with 2 guys from the New Japan Dojo, Uemura and Yoshi-Hashi. And they're taking on the team of Toa and Ari. And then from the LA Dojo, Alex Coughlin, Clark Connors, Karl Fredericks. Look out for Karl Fredericks. He could be, in the next 3 to 5 years, that next guy in New Japan going for the titles, being in the hunt for the U.S. title. I think he's got a lot of talent. I think he is kind of the next guy in the heavyweight side. Clark Connors, Alex Coughlin, I think they're going to be more of a Will Ospreay, Kota Ibushi type, kind of in that junior heavyweight title hunt, right there with Hoshiki, Takahashi, kind of right in that era, those kind of guys. Now I think I'm going to have the veteran team here of the Great Bash Heels, Honma, Makabe, Uemura, and Tsuji. I'm going to have them winning that one. Next up, we have a tag team match. This is also on the pre-show. We have Tenzan and Kojima versus Nagata and Nakanishi. I have the team of Tenzan, which is Tenkozi, I think is how you say their team name. I'm going to have them win. Yuji Nagata is the what's it? Not blue. He's got a nickname. I can't remember what it was right now. So yeah, this Japanese names are kind of difficult. Alright, and now we have the first match on the show. So this is actually the final pre-show match, which is the last January 4th show for Jyushin Thunder Liger. Yes, this is the same Jyushin Thunder Liger that was in WCW back in the 90s. He is still wrestling. His final match will be on January 5th, part of the Wrestle Kingdom weekend. He's got an 8-man tag with himself, Fujimori, the Great Scott Saki, Tiger Mask, taking on Noah Sano, Seijiro Otani, Takawagi, and Takichu. Obviously, I think Jyushin Tunnel Layer's team is going to win that. The Fukumari is actually a old rival of his. They're teaming up for one of his last matches. So now to the card, the main card, first match. We have an 8-man tag. We have Los Ingobernables de Japón versus Suzuki-Gun, two of the top factions in New Japan Pro Wrestling. If you are new to New Japan Pro Wrestling, the big 4 factions are Los Ingobernables de Japón, Suzuki-Gun, Bullet Club, and Chaos. Representing LIJ, we have Evil, Sanada, Shingo Takagi, and Bushi. Evil and Sanada, they've been teaming together for a long time. Sanada, I think he's going to be that next big breakout star. He's wrestled some great matches with Okada. He's done some stuff with Zack Sabre Jr. He's just on the cusp of just becoming something huge in Japan. Evil, talented as hell. Surprised he's not got a good singles run. I know he has in the past. He's been former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Shingo Takagi, he was in the Super Junior tournament. He had a freaking 5-star match versus Will Ospreay in finals. He is now officially a heavyweight. So I love to see him. Bushi, one of my favorite masked wrestlers in New Japan. They're taking on Suzuki-Gun, which is Minoru Suzuki, Taichi, Zack Sabre Jr., and El Desperado. I like a lot of guys on Suzuki-Gun. Taichi is one of my favorites, actually, his entrance. Zack Sabre Jr. is just, we all know who he is. Talented, mat-based wrestler. El Desperado, another one of those kind of masked luchadors in Japan, which is uber fucking talented. It's kind of funny, we have all these 4 factions. Chaos is face. Everybody else is more heel. I love bits and pieces of all these factions. I actually got LIJ winning this. Los Ingobernables, I got them winning this over Suzuki-Gun. Speaking of the other 2 factions, we have another 8-man tag. We have Chaos versus Bullet Club. With Hiroki Goto, Tomoaki Ishii, Toru Yano, and Yoshi-Hashi. Representing Chaos versus Bullet Club. Big Luck Fail, Chase Owens, Kenta, and then Yuro Takahashi. I got the Chaos group winning that one. Now we get to the first title match on the first day. We have the IWGP Tag Team Championships on the line. We have champions, Girls of Destiny, 314 days they've held these titles. Tangaloa and Tamatonga, actually the children, the sons of former WCW wrestler Ming. He was also WWF Haku, his 2 boys. They're taking on the team of Finjuice, which is Juice Robinson, and David Finlay. Yes, David Finlay, Fit Finlay's son. His real life son, not Hornswoggle. And so now, the IWGP Tag Titles have changed hands 9 out of the last 13 Wrestle Kingdoms, 6 straight. They just won the Tag Team Tournament. We have every year in November, December in New Japan. And they just won the Tag Team Tournament, get their title shot at Wrestle Kingdom. Tag League, World Tag League. So I got Finjuice, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay winning this. Next up, we have the IWGP United States Championship on the line in a Texas Death Match. A Texas Death Match in the Tokyo Dome. Okay, there's not to be interesting. So this is the last man standing rules. 10 count, KO, or submission. We have champion Lance Archer versus Mox, John Moxley. Now, Moxley vacated the IWGP United States title on October 13th, because of the typhoon, travel issues. In New Japan, if you can't make a date, they don't just say, hey, you're champion, defend it whenever, like WWE does. If you're set to defend the title and you do not show up, goodbye to your title. They strip you and they have a tournament. They have a match for the championship. That's what they did. in a match between Lance Archer and I think it was Juice Robinson for the title, and Lance Archer won. So now Mox is getting his rematch here at Wrestle Kingdom. I have Mox winning this. Now, the funny thing about that is Juice Robinson has a match already set up for day 2. He gets the winner of this. So I'm picking Jon Moxley to once again be the IWGP United States Champion. And we move on. The next match, probably match of the year. It's January 4th. It's going to be match of the year. We got the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. We have my boy, Will Ospreay, huge Will Ospreay fan, versus the returning Hiroyoshi Takahashi. Mayu was injured earlier in the year. He's been out most of the year, just returned during the tag league. Was doing some 6-man and some tag matches. Now, Will Ospreay. What can you say about him? One of the greatest junior heavyweights of all time. He's in my eyes, should be world champion. He's one of the most talented guys out there. I've watched him in Red Pro. I've watched him in Progress. I've watched him in New Japan, Ring of Honor. He's one of my favorites. When I look at a professional wrestling, that is the style that Will Ospreay does that I like. That's my favorite style. The Lucha Libre, the no shits kind of flips and all that. Now, when it comes to the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, this title has changed hands. 8 out of 13 Wrestle Kingdoms, 6 straight shows. Logic tells you Hiromu Takahashi is going to win. Now, Takahashi beat Will Ospreay for this very title in 2018 before he had to relinquish it because of injury. So this is almost his rematch. So, for getting the title back, because he lost, he beat Ospreay for it, vacated it. Now he's coming back to beat Ospreay for it to win it. So I got Takahashi winning this. Now, this next match, the next 2 matches, the IWGP Intercontinental Championship and then the IWGP Heavyweight World Title. These 2 matches, the winner of these 2 matches, go on to night 2 to main event. Title versus title. Now, when you look at New Japan Pro Wrestling, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, it does not get changed very often. The IC title, the shortest title reign for anyone ever to hold a title is 41 days. And that was Naito a few years back. The longest was Nakamura, 313 days. For the world title, the shortest ever reign is 16 days. The longest is Okada, 720. I say that to say this. Title versus title the next night. We are not changing both titles day 1, changing the title day 2. That's not New Japan style. WWE? Fuck yeah, Vince is all over that. We'll do 2 title changes tonight. We'll change it tomorrow. No, we don't do that in New Japan. Not the way this works. So, in my eyes, one of these titles changes day 1. The other title changes night 2. Both titles will change over the weekend, but not in the same show. And because we got title versus title, only one can change each day. That's my opinion. Now, we have IWGP Intercontinental Champion Jay White versus Tenzan Naito. Now, Naito, former Intercontinental Champion, he held it for 105 days. Matter of fact, Jay White beat him for the IC title. Jay White's now had it for 102 days. Why Jay White was Intercontinental Champion? He talked and talked and talked about being a dual champion. White beat Naito back in September, Destruction and Kobe, that's where you get the title. Now, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match is champion Kazuchika Okada versus G1 Climax winner Kota Ibushi. 8 times the G1 winner has went on to main event Wrestle Kingdom. Only 1 time has the G1 winner won at Wrestle Kingdom. That was 2019 Tanahashi. I think the only reason Tanahashi won last year was they had to get the title off of Omega because of AEW starting. Nothing against Kota Ibushi. He's one of my favorite guys. I enjoy a few Kota Ibushi matches. Golden Lovers, him and Omega were freaking awesome. Kota Ibushi is an advanced version of Will Ospreay, and I say that to this point until Ibushi won the G1. He's a 3-time junior heavyweight champion. He's won Best of the Super Juniors. He's a New Japan Cup winner. All the same accolades as Will Ospreay. Ibushi until this point has been looked at as a top tier junior heavyweight, not a heavyweight. So what I think is going to happen on night 1, I think Tenji Naito will beat Jay White for the Intercontinental Champion. Kazuka Okada will beat Kota Ibushi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. So that's going to take Naito versus Okada in night 2. Also in night 2, we get the losers of these matches. We get Jay White versus, in my case, Ibushi. Now, it can be any combination of this. But I think no matter what, one title changes here, the other title changes on night 2. So I think either Naito or Jay White will walk out of Wrestle Kingdom night 2 with both titles. Now, the only person here not to hold the world title between White, Naito, Okada, and Ibushi is Ibushi. The only person here not to ever hold the IC title is Okada. So, if you think in those terms, it's a good chance either Ibushi or Okada walks out with both titles. I think it's going to be Naito, and then Naito will vacate the IC title. He just wants to say, I've held both titles at the same time. He'll vacate the IC title. We'll do a little tournament for that. More than likely at New Beginning in the United States Tour, when New Japan of America has their first set of shows in February of 2020. Because the way New Japan shows are going to work, we have Wrestle Kingdom 2 nights, New Year's Dash, so 3 straight days of New Japan. We have a couple days off, and then we do an tournament versus CMLL on the Fantastic Mania Tour. That's like 5 or 6 shows. And then we'll get to the New Beginning shows, which I think there's 3 New Beginning shows, part of New Japan, NJPW of America. Alright, so that ends night 1. All that going down to night 1. Night 2. First match of night 2. We have a gauntlet match for the never openweight 6-man tag titles. What? Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams in this gauntlet match. We have the champions, Togi Makabe, Toru Yano, and Taguchi, Ryo Taguchi, versus Chaos team of Tomoaki Ishii, Yoshi-Hashi, and Robbie Eagles, versus LJ, Los Ingobernables de Japon's team of Evil, Shingo Takagi, and Bushi, versus Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fail, Chase Owens, Yuro Takahashi, versus Suzuki-Gun, Taichi, El Desperado, and Kanamura. Yeah. 3 factions involved with this gauntlet match with the man never openweight 6-man tag titles. Now this title has changed hands 3 of the last 4 Wrestle Kingdoms. Makabe and them have had it 337 days. I actually had Suzuki-Gun, Taichi, El Desperado, Kanamura winning this. So next up we have kind of a set moment. The retirement match of Jyushin Thunder Liger. Jyushin Thunder Liger, like I said earlier, WCW back in the 90s. He's also made an appearance in NXT. He's wrestled around the world. He's one of the, I would say, early pioneers of the Lucha Libre style, in America at least, and on New Japan. It's kind of sad to see him go, but when I started watching New Japan about 4 years ago, I'm like, this dude's still wrestling? I mean, legit, I watched him in 95 in WCW. Him, Psychosis, Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit. Fuck, that was the Cruiserweight division. So yeah, it's just cool, kind of cool to see him go away, but it's also kind of cool to see who's last match. He's teaming up with Naoki Sano, a longtime rival in New Japan he had, versus Dragon Lee, or Ru Lee, and Hiromu Takahashi. two of the up-and-coming next generation of junior heavyweights. And they're kind of taking over from what he created, so it's really cool to see. I can't wait to see this match. I think Liger gets the win going out. But just seeing Takahashi and Ruli, formerly known as Dragon Lee, teaming up together here. More likely, Takahashi will have the junior heavyweight title. You know Ruli is wanting that. It's going to be just... I think we kind of create, from this final match, we create a new feud between Ruli and Takahashi. It's going to be really cool. I got Liger's team winning that. Next up, we have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Titles on the line. We have Bullet Club members El Phantasmo and Heiji Ishimori, the current Junior Heavyweight Tag Champions, versus Yo and Sho, Roppongi 3K with Rocky Romero. If you've never seen the Roppongi 3K, picture the Young Bucks 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Picture the Hardy Boys when they first started. That's what Roppongi 3K is. It's kind of that next evolution of, you know, we've seen the Motor City Machine Guns with Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Young Bucks, the Young Hardys. That's what Roppongi 3K is, just a Japanese version of that. So this match should be freaking awesome. If you've never seen El Phantasmo, I've loved him for a long time, from Progress and from Red Pro and the British wrestling. The IWGP Tag Titles have changed hands. 7 of the last 11 Wrestle Kingdoms, 4 straight. So logic says it changes. Roppongi 3K, who's my pick to win. Next up, we have, speaking of Red Pro, we have the British Undisputed Heavyweight Championship on the line. We have champion Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sanada. New Japan Pro Wrestling has a very unique relationship with Red Pro, Revolutionary Pro Wrestling, out of the UK. It is kind of like their developmental. They'll have a lot of guys come up through the dojo system in New Japan. They'll go on excursions, they call them, to either Red Pro or to AAA or CMLL in Mexico. And they'll kind of build their craft up, kind of build themselves up in kind of a different environment. They bring them back to New Japan, and they're these stars. Right now, Hikuleo and Ren Narita are two of the main stars from New Japan that are over doing stuff in Progress, or in Red Pro. The British Heavyweight Championship is defended in Red Pro quite often. It's also defended on New Japan TV quite often as well. So Zack Sabre Jr. kind of working with both companies here. I actually have Sanada. I want Sanada to win this. I know more than likely Zack Sabre Jr. is going to retain, but I'm picking Sanada to win. I want them to put a title on Sanada. I want to build him up as a main event singles guy, because I think he can be that for New Japan. He is that freaking talented. Next up, we have the IWGP United States Championship on the line. We had the winner of Lance Archer and Jon Moxley facing Juice Robinson for the title. I picked Mox to win that. I got Mox coming here now. Moxley versus Juice. Now, Moxley only lost the title because he was stripped because he couldn't make it because of travel issues. Him and Juice have had issues. They've had matches before New Japan. They had a feud that went back 10 years from freaking Florida Championship Wrestling before NXT. I have Mox winning on the first night and winning here as well. So we have Jon Moxley leaving with the IWGP United States Championship. Next up, we have the Never Openweight Champion. We have Kenta of Bullet Club versus Hiroki Goto. Hiroki Goto, he's a 4-time Never Openweight Champion. What's cool about the Never Openweight title, it's exactly what it means. It's an open weight. It's not a cruiserweight or light heavyweight, junior heavyweight. It's not a heavyweight. It's just whomever can wrestle for it. So you have a Will Ospreay, or you have a Kenta, you have a Hiroki Goto, you might have an Ishii, you might have a Minoru Suzuki. Any weight class, anybody can wrestle for this title. It's kind of a stepping stone title for a lot of people. Goto, 4-time champion. Now, Goto actually won this title at Wrestle Kingdom 11 and Wrestle Kingdom 12. And it's been, like I said, it's been a stepping stone to kind of, you put a singles kind of title on these guys to see how they do. Like Taichi's had it, Ibushi's had it, Ospreay's had it, Kenta's had it, Naito's had it, Evil, he's had it. So, I mean, you kind of use it as a stepping stone. Do we push him, or do we kind of keep him as a junior heavyweight kind of thing? So I got Goto actually winning this title here from Kenta. Now, the sub-main event of the show, or the next match of the show, not sub-main event. These three final matches all could be main events. We have the loser of Okada Ibushi versus the loser of White and Naito. Now, obviously, there's 4 different scenarios we can have here. Ibushi versus White, which is what I'm thinking is going to happen. Ibushi versus Naito, Okada versus White, Okada versus Naito. Now, any of these scenarios would make for good matches. Any of these scenarios, I think, would have some good stories behind them. If you look at Okada and Naito, you have these guys losing at the night 1 going here. Okada, I mean, he's Mr. Wrestle Kingdom almost. He's Mr. IWGP World Championship. He's held it for the most days ever of anyone. He has 5 reigns, 8 is the record. He's held it for more days than anyone. He's had a 720-day reign. Taking on Naito, they have history galore. They've had match after match versus each other. Jay White and Okada, that would be a rematch from last year, non-title last year. Now, could they put a title on that? Could they have Jay White retain the IC title, Okada retain the world title, they face off title versus title, and put both titles on either Jay White or Okada? Hell yeah, they could. Jay White's also talked about being a dual champion. That's a good possibility as well. If it's not the scenario I want Naito and Okada, it would probably be Okada and White for title versus title. I'm going to say it's Ibushi versus Jay White here, with Ibushi winning the match. Next up, we have Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Chris Jericho. Tanahashi said if he wins this, he should be in line for IWGP World Heavyweight title shot. Jericho wanted this match bad enough, he went to AEW officials, Tony Khan, TK, he went to TK, and got permission to put AEW title on the line. If Tanahashi can beat Chris Jericho, Tanahashi would get an AEW title shot. That could be real fucking intriguing, huh? I actually did not pick a winner here. I see so many different scenarios of either guy winning. I actually think we won't have a winner. I think it's going to end up in a countout or a double disqualification. That way, they can build it. They can do it more of it. Jericho and Mox have contracts with New Japan and AEW. There is not, to my knowledge, a working relationship between AEW and New Japan. There needs to be. But there's not currently in place. I don't have a winner in this match. I have a double countout, or I have double disqualification, something like that, where there's not going to be a true cut winner. Main event, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship versus the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, title versus title. World Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada versus Intercontinental Champion Tenzan Naito. Okada, a 5-time World Champion, 0-time IC Champion. Naito, a 1-time World Champion, a 4-time IC Champion. Now, we all know there's a possibility of Ibushi and White being here as well. Ibushi has won 1 IC title and no world titles. Jay White has won 1 world title and 1 IC title. I think your marquee matchup is Naito versus Okada. That's just my opinion. That's what I'm picking. The world title. The longest reign, 720 days, Kazuchika Okada. The shortest reign was 16 days by Kensuke Sasaki. For the IC title, the longest reign ever was 313 days, Shinsuke Nakamura. The shortest title reign was 41 days by Tenzan Naito. So I had the IC title change in day 1. I had the world title change in day 2. Tenzan Naito walks out of Wrestle Kingdom, the biggest Wrestle Kingdom in history, with 2 titles. The Intercontinental title and the World Heavyweight title. He will vacate the IC title at that point and be world champion. That's just my opinion here. I'm hoping I'm right. I think it's going to be 20 great matches. I think the weekend of Wrestle Kingdom is going to be freaking awesome. For the first time ever, you can get Wrestle Kingdom live on Fight TV. It's $50. You get the 2 nights of Wrestle Kingdom and New Year's Dash. Now, I'm a huge fan of Fight TV. I buy a shit ton of stuff through Fight TV. What I'm telling you to do, go to New Japan World. Sign up for it through their website. Here's why. U.S. currency exchange is about $9.50 a month. For $50, you can get almost 5 months. You can get 5 months, almost 6 months, with tax. Depends on the exchange rate. It's never been over $9.70. So between $9.40 and $9.70 is what it's been typically running me. It is going to be the best $10 a month you can spend. Instead of spending $50 on 3 shows, spend $50 on 5 months in New Japan World. Enjoy everything that happens during that 5 months, and you're not going to want to stop it. It's the greatest $10 I spend a month. The value and what the product you get. I've watched over 1,000 matches in New Japan this year. It's just some of the greatest matches, greatest wrestling in the world. All right, that's going to wrap up Wrestle Kingdom 14 preview, day 1 and day 2. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for the review again Monday. So we have 2 shows Saturday, Sunday. On Monday morning in the U.S., we'll have New Year's Dash. More than likely, after New Year's Dash is over, I'll watch it. I'll get a video up of both of them. Do that Monday. Make sure you check out everything on Robert Sports Show. New year, some new videos. Hopefully a few more videos. I think I did about 210 videos in 2019. My goal this year is a little bit more than that. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy bringing it to you. As long as y'all keep watching and subscribe to the channel, I will keep doing them. Please leave your comments below. If you like what I said, don't like what I said, agree, disagree, etc., comment below. Hit me up at Twitter at Rob Sports Show. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.